Oh God, I can't help but sigh every time somebody asks me when I'm going to get my university degree. Never. I'm sorry, but this video is all the reasons why. Today, we're going to be talking about university degrees and why I don't plan on getting one, like ever. And who knows, if you're planning to get one, maybe this may get you to reevaluate your decisions. But before I start, I just want to say that this is completely biased based on my experiences and based on where you live, what your profession is, and what your ultimate goal is in life. A university degree could be an ultimate life changer and a must-have for you. So take it with a grain of salt. These are just my experiences based on the 7 years I've been in Canada. And if you don't know me, hi, my name is Shubhi and I came to Canada as an international student, did a diploma in electronics, did not like the jobs I got after that, and have been working in IT for over 5 years. If you like this channel, consider subscribing and leave a comment for me, please. Higher education, at least in some parts of the world, has become this trend that we blindly follow. Because that's what everybody else does, right? You go to high school, then you have to get a university degree, and maybe you get a master's degree and then a PhD because education is so important. Yeah. And we spend 3 to 7 years of our lives studying. Why? To me, it could just be for one of 3 reasons: immigration, knowledge, and money. If you're doing it for immigration, I have to admit, I get it. I did the same. But if you're doing it for the other 2, not so much. So let's chat more and talk about knowledge. I feel like we confuse education with knowledge. If you really want to learn something, you have Google and libraries and audiobooks and podcasts and a variety of other resources right at your fingertips. I learned scripting and coding, building websites, business applications, SEO and marketing automation, and more recently, video editing and photo editing, all through the internet. I am all in for concise, to-the-point courses created and delivered by credible instructors. But I have to respectfully disagree if you tell me your English literature degree is going to make you a better writer, or your MBA degree is going to make you a better manager. And in my specific example, I work full-time as a technical consultant implementing Microsoft's business applications. And universities don't really teach that kind of stuff, at least not in the level of depth that we need to know it. And even if they try to, they can't, because it changes so frequently that even the people who work full-time on it have a hard time keeping up. For me, my degree doesn't quite matter. What matters is my ability to deliver business applications that streamline processes and add value to our customers, on time and on budget, irrespective of all the challenges that we go through in a project. That's what matters. And I don't think there's any degree in this world that can teach me that, quite the way real-life experiences and projects can. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of other business or IT and even humanities-related careers. So with that, I think knowledge is out of the window. So let's talk about the second logical reason why I may want to get a degree, which is money. 3 or 4 years of studying and these hefty tuition fees are a big commitment that I have no good reason to make. If I was just starting out and a diploma or this specific degree would help me get my foot in the door, I would have done it. Or if I was in another occupation like a lawyer or an engineer or a doctor, where the degree I hold directly corresponds to the amount of money I'm going to make, trust me, I would have worked day in and day out to make this happen. But I'm in neither of those boats. So spending that amount of time and money makes no logical sense to me. If I did go to university, I'd have to take a lot of courses that I don't necessarily want to take, and that would add no value to my life or my profession as a consultant. In US and Canada at least, you can actually get paid to learn the same things you're trying to pay the university to teach you. If you approach the right people, do the right kind of networking, and show the willingness to learn, most small or mid-sized companies would be more than happy to take you up as an intern in their organization and teach you and coach you through all the processes that you need to know in order to succeed in the occupation you want to do. And that's how I learned, with the help of people who had decades of experience in trying to do what I do, with real-life projects and experiences. Even from a purely mathematical perspective, my degree would cost me about $30,000 to $40,000 for tuition alone, as well as, if I were to do it full-time, the amount of money I make annually multiplies by 3 or 4 times. So my complete investment of $250,000 to $500,000 would amount to, drumroll please, 0. So what do you think would happen if I took all of that money that I'm trying to spend and put it in a rental property? What do you think that will be worth in like 10 or 15 years? So why? Why do I need to do this? Reputation or peer pressure maybe? Have you ever heard that quote? Too many people spend the money they haven't earned to buy things they don't need, to impress people they don't even like. It'll be like the exact same thing. And lastly, universities are not to discover yourself. They're not free and they're not cheap. And I feel like people just use them as an excuse to avoid responsibilities and start their real life. Stop doing that. That makes no sense. Colleges and universities are run like a business for profitability. It's high time you start thinking of your life as the same. I personally think it's a terrible idea to be highly educated on paper with no real life experiences and be neck deep in student loans. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. But unfortunately, that's not how we're raised to think. And too many people do the same and then spend years digging themselves out of these loans. Do you disagree? I'd love to get into a healthy debate in the comments below. Let me know. Until next time, take care.